Hello, we are the Grizzly Marketing Research Team.
And we're here to present our findings of Athleta versus Lululemon to you.
Okay.
So our research question was, what separates Lululemon from Athleta?
And how did you conduct this research?
Good question.
So we surveyed a group of candidates and we asked them specific questions about the brands.
What kind of candidates did you survey?
We surveyed 4 candidates in the library who were dressed in athletic wear. And then we also surveyed 2 who were not in athletic wear, just to get different insights and different opinions on their take on different brands and athletic clothing.
So what kind of questions did you ask?
So we did ask many different questions. The first one was about cost and how important cost is to these candidates. 1 being unimportant to 9 being very important.
As you can see from this data, cost is very important to people. They don't want to be spending too much money for a product. Mm-hmm. They want it to be reasonably priced, so that is something that you should take into account when pricing your products. Our second attribute that we asked them on was material selection. This graph was a little bit scattered around. Some people think that material selection isn't too important, or some really think material selection is important. Basically off of this, I would suggest that material selection is decent, so you would want to have a decent amount of material selection for your company.
The next question we asked was about quality, and as you can see, that quality is very important to all the candidates. So Athleta should have, great quality with their clothing, whether it's, shirts or pants or jackets, quality is important to these candidates.
Our fourth attribute was fit. People want their fit of their clothing to be spot on. They want to be able to fit in their clothes perfectly. They don't want it to be too baggy, they don't want it to be too tight, they just want a good fit. From this graph, fit is important and you want to be able to focus on that as well. And then our last attribute we asked them on was design.
Design is also a little scattered around. You can see that some people want solid colors like black, white, gray, and then you can see that some people also want crazy designs. Everyone had a different opinion on that one, different selections, so it's probably best to expand the design.
Okay, and how did our company do on these attributes?
So we found that your company did pretty well on cost. Your cost is very reasonable. People have their expectations met with your product, with the pricing. The material selection is also pretty decent. You have good material. Nothing really much to worry about there. And then quality is the one thing that we did see that there was an issue with. A couple people rated quality as not good at all.
And also for fit, there could be some changes to fit, different sizes, heights. So there could be some changes to that. And as for design, everything was pretty, decent. Reasonable for design.
What about the findings for Lululemon?
Okay, so
for Lululemon, people found that cost was very unreasonable.
that is something that you're doing well on. You're beating their expectation of Lululemon, so keep up the price. But Lululemon did not do well on cost. Material selection, they also didn't. They did so-so on it. Some people rated it high, some people rated it low. It's kind of average again. But the material, they also have some high ratings, so that's a good competition on that part.
As for quality, it's pretty much the same for every candidate. Thought quality was, reasonable and important.
Their fit, we did find that a lot of people liked their fit, but there were a few people as well who didn't like how their products fit. So that is something that you could snatch on and make your clothing fit a little bit better to beat them in that aspect.
And as for design, people thought that Lulu had really great designs, and some candidates didn't think their design was what they wanted. They didn't really like their designs too much.
We also found that some people just don't like Lululemon from this data, but some people are pretty brand loyal to them. So the people who aren't very satisfied with them, that's a good opportunity to snatch them up as be your customers and potential customers.
What else did you guys find?
So we also asked different questions like how familiar these candidates were with Athleta, and you could see that there's a mix. Some people did not know what Athleta was, and a few people did know what Athleta was.
We also did it on a scale of 1 to 5 this time, so 1 being not familiar, 5 being pretty familiar with it. So with Athleta, you have pretty much half of our audience did not really know what Athleta was, so that's something that we need to focus on. And then we also asked the question, how often do you shop at Athleta?
Since people didn't really know what Athleta was,
they didn't shop
there.
And then there was the other half that they do shop at Athleta quite often. So The scale again would be 1 to 5, so not shopping at all to shopping quite often. One person shops there a lot, so that's pretty good. 2 people shop there every once in a while, and then the people who don't really know Athleta don't shop at all.
What do you think we should do to get more people to shop at us?
I
So
think, you
more
know,
brand recognition, more advertising, more marketing, getting your name out there.
along those lines, yeah, just more, you know, coupons maybe, promotions or something like that.
We also asked if people would recommend Athleta to a friend, and for the people that do shop there, they would recommend Athleta to, you know, different people.
Yeah, as you can see from our data, the 3 people that do shop there would automatically just do that. They'd rate them, they'd recommend them to their friends. The 3 people who did not shop there, didn't know what Athleta was, just pretty much pick neutral positions because they don't have a preference at all.
So these were the 5 attributes that were very important to all those candidates.
We feel that your company's doing pretty well on cost. Material selection you're doing pretty well on as well. Just the quality and is well on par as well. Fit, pretty good, and design was pretty good as well.
And for the overall findings, we believe that Athleta should be a little more familiar to people.
You can do this through those promotions again, just getting people into your door. You need to spread your name a little bit more. A lot of people, like I said, 50% of the people that we surveyed didn't really know what Athleta was. Obviously they knew it was an athletic company because of the name, but they didn't know that they were, you know, compared to Lululemon or anything like that. The shopping habits as well, just getting people in the door is something that you need to do, so that's where the coupons are going to go in place. You know, like I said again, promotions are something really big you can do. Anything to get someone in the door. But we did realize that people who do go through your door are very satisfied with their product.
Right,
So,
and they would recommend, you know, your brand, and they definitely like the athletic wear. You know, your preferences. You have a big selection, you know, different varieties, and that's what, you know, majority of the candidates like that shopped at your store.
What was the overall satisfaction?
yeah, so like I said again, 50% was very satisfied just because the 3 people didn't really know who Athleta was, but the 3 who did know what Athleta was very satisfied. They had, you know, positive word of mouth and everything like that. Their friends wanted to go there after. They would definitely recommend it to anyone. And they're very satisfied with your product quality, your cost, and design.
Definitely
as well.
said that they would be back for, you know, to shop again. And they definitely prefer Athleta over, 50% of the people preferred Athleta over different athletic brands like Lululemon and etc.
So the main thing is just getting people in your door. That's what we found through our research. Any other questions?
I think you guys actually answered all of our questions. You know, thank you for doing this research, and we'll definitely put it to use.
Thanks, guys.
Awesome. All right.
And that's
Thank
all.
you.
That's it.